Hello and welcome to the William Hill Scottish Cup Highlights show. We are here at Ayr Racecourse with our sponsors William Hill as we go through the best of the action from the first round of the competition. We start by heading north. Our featured match is Nairn County against Whitehill Welfare as they face each other for the very first time in the William Hill Scottish Cup.
A good crowd turned out at Station Park for the first round featured game, and it was the away team that created the early opportunities. Mark Smith went through on goal after 4 minutes, but Stephen Foster, who's on loan from Inverness THISTLE, thwarted the chance. The first 20 minutes was all Whitehill Welfare, and their dominance would have paid off had it not been for Jack McLean on the line for Nairn. The game swung just before half-time. Mark Smith was through on goal again, and again Stephen Foster in the Nairn goal kept him out. Nairn then went up the other end, and Jordan McRae hit one from 20 yards to give the hosts the lead. The first half action wasn't quite over there though, and again it was end to end as Whitehill Welfare pushed for an equaliser. Ross Naismith then went up the other end, but he couldn't keep his effort down. The second half brought more chances for Whitehill Welfare, but Foster was in inspired form in the Nairn goal, saving a long-range effort from Scott Lucas. The woodwork came to Nairn's rescue as Jack Wright hit the bar. Nicholson again had a great chance to score after the Nairn defence was caught napping, but he couldn't supply the finish. Nairn didn't sit back though, and after a crazy moment from Connor Easton in the Whitehill goal, it looked like Nairn would have the second, however the ball just wouldn't go over the line. Foster again denied Whitehill their equaliser, with James McPatlin next to be stopped. Nairn County should have wrapped up the game with 20 minutes to go after Adam Porritt played a great ball down the line, and with the ball falling to Jordan McRae, he'll be asking himself how he didn't hit the target from there. Whitehill were beginning to tire, but were still searching for that equaliser. Jack McLean somehow managed to clear yet another one off the line as Whitehill resigned themselves to knowing it wasn't going to be their day. And to round off a bad day for Whitehill in the Highlands, captain Ryan McKenzie was sent off for a bad challenge right at the end of the game. It finished Nairn County 1, Whitehill Welfare 0.
Fair on us, if I'm honest, we didn't get what we deserved, but that's football. Put so much into it, and poor finishing. Game should have been outside half time. Good goalkeeping, good defending. Unfortunate it wasn't our day.
I thought they had the better in the first half. They had the chances, but I thought our keeper was excellent. First came back after concussion, so he's been out 3 or 4 weeks, and I thought he made some good saves. But I thought we scored an excellent goal, Jordan McRae's excellent goal, but we'll take that. Rode
your luck at times, but also had chances to wrap it up in the game.
Yeah, especially in the second half. We made 2 or 3 clear-cut chances. I thought we could have scored. We looked better in the second half than we did in the first half.
And what now for Nairn?
Don't know, we just look forward to the second round. I was hearing that I think that's the first time we've kept the clean sheet in the Scottish Cup.
Continuing the Highland Lowland theme, the University of Stirling travelled all the way up to WICK Academy, 250 miles. The Scories having lost only once in their last 8 matches in the Cup at home, and are hoping to continue that record.
It took until the second half for this game to ignite. Chris Geddes opened the scoring for University of Stirling in the 57th minute. Sam Mackay levelled for Wick 10 minutes later with this low drive into the corner. Paul McCafferty restored Stirling's lead before Kevin Keane saw 2 yellows in just 3 minutes. Wick equalised just a minute later, Grant Stephen earning the replay. Ryan McRitchie opened the scoring after a neat cross from Archibald in the only action of the first half. After the break, Edinburgh skipper Finn Daniel Yeoman pulled his side level after his curling effort couldn't be stopped by the Lossiemouth keeper. With just 5 minutes to go, Jack Guthrie capitalised when Lossiemouth couldn't clear the lines, slotting home to secure progression to the next round. Deveronvale's early pressure paid off after 30 minutes, Scott latching on to Sutherland's through ball to round the keeper. Just before half-time, HAWICK Royal Albert pulled level when Deveronvale's Ross Aitken diverted Declan Hogg's cross into his own net. Deveronvale took the lead again after 70 minutes when Dunbar held off the HAWICK defence, finding space with a shot across goal. 10 minutes later, Scott scored again to earn his brace after some tidy passing from the home side.
And rounding off the Highland and Lowland teams, Edusport Academy were hoping for the very first time to make an impact in the competition. It was their debut. They faced Rothes, who wanted to make it through to the second round of the competition for the first time since 1987.
Edusport Academy played out a 1-1 draw in their Scottish Cup first round debut. Connor Higgins opened the scoring for Edusport from outside the box, but the lead was short-lived as Gillespie equalised from the spot for Rothes. Rothes won a second penalty after a trip in the box, but Dale Gillespie couldn't do it again and sent his penalty way over the bar. Edusport finished the game with 9 men after Angelo Stea and Connor Higgins received second yellows late on, and the teams will do it all again in Rothes on Saturday. Keith took the lead just after the half hour as Brownie neatly finished this low cross. Whelan made it 2 before the break, and with no comeback in the second half, Keith secured their place in the second round. Strathspey Thistle used Route 1 to open the scoring as McCallum's goal kick was headed down for Gavin Hay to shrug off the defenders and slot neatly past the keeper. In the second half, Civil Service Strollers equalised from a corner after David Stewart was above everyone to finish with a powerful header. It was the Strollers' turn for a Route 1 goal after Rankin's goal kick was headed on for David Churchill to round the keeper and secure a second round spot. This game opened with a goalkeeping error allowing McCabe to open the scoring. Ring made it 2-0. Before Inveruuri's Lang pulled one back just before half-time. Inveruuri Locos then equalised in the 84th minute and must have thought they had done enough to force a replay at Harlaw Park. But the game wasn't over, and it was finished with a moment of absolute magic from Samuel Namburu, a surefire goal of the round contender.
In the first ever matches featuring junior sides, BRORA Rangers made the journey to Girvan, with Girvan looking to make it into the second round for the first time since 2010.
Girvan gave away a penalty after the half-hour mark, which allowed Paul Brindle to open the scoring for the home side. Andrew Gregg doubled the lead with his solo effort down the left-hand side. Minutes later, he doubled his own tally, finishing from this rebound. With the tie all but over, Gregg completed his hat-trick after cutting inside and curling this effort past the keeper. Jamie Watts opened the scoring with a brace from close range. Kane Winton turned in the third just after the half-hour mark from a Michael Phillipson corner. Glenn Murison saw a straight red for Huntly in the 50th minute after this high tackle. And 5 minutes later, Michael Phillipson latched onto a loose ball to confirm the hosts' inevitable progression. Two goals on either side of the break secured GLENAFTON's place in the draw for the second round. Mick McCann scored his first of the day after just 9 minutes with this shot across goal. The heavy rain may have aided his second goal as he slid in to redirect the low cross. After the break, Joe Andrew made it 3 with this low drive into the corner. And 10 minutes from time, Dale Moore made it 4 after the keeper couldn't hold on. COLVILLE Park made history on Saturday as they became the first amateur team to progress to the second round of the Scottish Cup. CUMBERNAULD Colts, who had never conceded a goal in the first round, fell behind early, Christopher Craig tucking home a penalty. COLVILLE Park went 2 up not long after. Youngster Brown pulled one back for Colts, but it wasn't enough for the team from CUMBERNAULD.
The first round draw provided us with a good few all-Highland affairs. For Martin, who reached the 4th round last year, we're hoping to get past TURRIFF United, who were knocked out of the competition this time last year.
It would be for Martin who would come out on top in this Aberdeenshire derby, although it was TURRIFF who took the lead in the 5th minute through Miller. Smith brought for Martin level, and with just 3 minutes left, former Elgin City captain Archie McPhee provided the winner. It was a bad day at the office for Fort William as they shipped 8 goals to Clach in Inverness. The hosts were 4-0 up through goals from McLennan and Stuart Leslie. It didn't get any better in the second half for Fort William, as Daniel McLennan scoring late to complete his hat-trick. Forest Mechanics took the lead with this powerful low drive from Robbie Duncanson in the first half. It wasn't until the 70th minute that FRASERBURGH equalised after Combs scored with his own low drive through a crowded box. Paul Campbell was to be the hero on the day though, outpacing the defence to score the winning goal in the dying minutes of the game.
The All-Lowland League tide rounds up our coverage tonight. Selkirk, who were looking to break their first round hoodoo after reaching this stage of the competition for the past 4 seasons. All they had to do was beat Gretna 2008.
Selkirk were the only Borders team to progress to the second round after a comfortable 4-0 win over Gretna. Baxter got Selkirk off and running. 3 late goals, including a double for Hopkinson, sealed Selkirk's progression. Friday night football in Edinburgh, and it was Spartans that eased into the second round. Jamie Dishington scored a goal in each half, the second provided by a rather fortuitous assist off the back of Blair Atkinson. Craig Stevenson rounded off the scoring from his free kick. Sunday's game saw Lowlands League table toppers BSC Glasgow take on Dalbeattie Star, and it was BSC that made it into the second round to face Buckie Thistle thanks to a solitary second half Redpath goal. Replays will take place on Saturday the 30th of September, with second round fixtures to be played the weekend of Saturday the 14th of October.